What's up, YouTubers? So we are out here. If you guys remember from the last video, I decided to see how my car would fare up against a concrete barrier, and as you guys know, concrete barriers are pretty dang hard. So car didn't do too well. Unfortunately, broke a rim, bent a lower control arm. So I am out here repairing that. We kind of temporarily fixed it, as you can see last time. Say, what's up, little man? What's up? That's right. So we got the dogs out here. The wife is washing the new little toy. Anyways, so we're out here. I've already gotten started, as you can see. I went ahead and I got me a cheapy set of Godspeeds. I actually had really good luck with Godspeeds before. I built basically a whole car suspension with Godspeeds, and so far it's been one of my favorite cars that I've ever drifted. So I figured, you know, for 200 bucks, this way I can order me a backup set in case something like this ever happens again, and it should be pretty much easy to swap out. They changed the lower control arms compared to the stock ones. It makes it a little easier to get out. So this is really the last bit of the S14's rear end that is still stock. So outside of the subframe, obviously the subframe is still stock S14, but outside of that, everything else has been changed. It's got a 350Z limited slipper, or I'm sorry, 350Z welded differential, 350Z axles, BC rear coilovers, ISR upper traction, tension rods, no sway bar, all solid bushings. So the only thing left outside of the hubs, which I'm not gonna change those, is the lower control arm. So as you see, excuse me, Bella, we've already got it all pulled apart. Hopefully that piece being kind of bent like that isn't a big issue, but I've just kind of got it temporarily stitched up out of the way so I can get these lower control arms on. Before I do that, I am going to go ahead and load up, or I'm sorry, remove the other side so I can make sure both of these lower control arms are equal. What's up, man? Say hey. Hey. So anyways, we're gonna get on this thing. Not really much to tell you about it, really. Replace those, no good, for those that are good. Well, not that, but you know what I mean. All right, let me get busy working on this thing. Let me make sure you can see my face. Peace out, wish me luck, here we go. All right, well, that was way more involved than I really expected. 20-something hours later, you know, I'm just kidding. It did take me most of the day though, however, to get the suspension somewhat squared up. And I learned something. So if you ever, let me see if I can find it. If you ever end up having washed a part that has washers like this on it, right? It's got like a serrated edge on one side and little notches on the other. Take those things off. I repeat, take them off. So I tighten these things on, and this is one thing that took me probably over an hour to get unstuck. When I tightened it on, all I did was tighten it with one hand with a wrench. I didn't even tighten it that tight. Well, in order to get this off so that I could adjust my lower control arm, I had to use the weight of the car and a pipe wrench, because a regular wrench and a big giant crescent wrench could not stay on the nut. It was just bending the wrenches or flexing around the tube or rounding off the nut to get these off. And I understand the concept of these, you know, it's supposed to be a lock washer to prevent them from backing themselves off. That was a little ridiculous. So things showed me half a battery and it just decided to shut off, say powering off because of low battery. So on to continue. If you ever have a part with those washers on it, I'm telling you right now, go ahead and remove those, because they will not release the nut at all. Look for that serrated edge, like I said, on that side right there, you see it? And then little notches on the back side. So finally got them off, was able to get the lower control arm adjusted. Unfortunately, I still have something else that's on the bottom of this car that has got to be bent, because when I hooked everything up, as you can see, I had everything lined up. So the toe arms, the camber arms, everything was matched up to this other side. And unfortunately, when I did it, this tire over here was still like cambered out by like 6 degrees and towed out. So in order to get them to line up, as you see, I had to pull that out a good inch and a half compared to that side. So something else is still definitely bent on this. I'm thinking and I'm leaning towards my knuckle. Even though everything looks okay, as Derek was pointing out, there's parts of the knuckle that looks like it's had the rust kind of banged off of it. So in the off season, I'll work on that. I do have this piece on order. As you see, that coilover is slightly bent right there. I've got that piece on order. Unfortunately, it is on back order, so I won't have that part anytime soon or in time for this event. So I don't know if that's what's causing this. I really don't think that's it, because I feel like that bushing is flexing enough to not cause that. But either way, there's something else that's bent on the bottom of this car. I hope it's not the subframe. Everything looks okay. There's nothing obvious, and that's the issue. So I don't know. So I mean, it could be something like the toe arms or the camber arms, but everything, like I said, looks comparable to the other side. So I don't really know. Either way, I've still got a few more things to fix on this. It actually ripped out the battery box and snatched the whole battery over to this side, so it pulled this wire out. So I'm going to hook that, remake that connection. I bought a new battery box, so I'm going to remount that back up. And then that's all that's for the damages. I already fixed the body line. As you can see, this part that was pushed out, I pushed it back, I pushed it back out. So we'll reattach the back bumper. I noticed this side was also pushed in a little bit, so I went ahead and pushed that back out. I used the old basketball trick for that one. If you guys have never heard of that, basically you deflate a basketball, you stuff it in the crevice, and you air the basketball back up, and it pushes everything back out. As you see, it works pretty good. So I will get everything put back together, and then it is time for an oil change. Really, it's kind of overdue for an oil change on this thing. I've gone a little long with doing an oil change. This is still the oil that I put in the car from the beginning of the season, so I went the entire season basically without changing the oil. It was breaking oil, so I'm not too worried about it. Had some extra zinc in it and had some better stuff. So I've got new oil change kit right there. We're going to go ahead and use some Rotella, a little bit thicker oil, because I am getting a little bit of blow-by on this motor. Not a big deal. I kind of expected it. I had some wear on the cylinder walls that made me kind of think, yeah, this might be this motor's going to need to be rebuilt at some point in time. But what I would love to do is actually give me another 6.2 short block, rebuild that, all new stuff, and then, at some point in time, get another, that way I can just swap them out. It'd be good. But anyways, we're going to get on that. We're going to get to changing the oil. Then after I do the oil change on this, I've got to work on my BMW. My daily car, I had to swap out the alternator while I was out of town. That was fun. So there's a few things I needed to fix on it. To fix it right, I actually broke one of the upper radiator hose fittings or nipples that came off the top of it. So I ordered another hose. It's actually right there, that box right there. So I got that part in. I'm going to swap that out. I'm also I've got to swap out my clutch alternator pulley that I have on that thing, and I'm going to double check some stuff just because it's making kind of a weird vibration noise that I don't really understand. So I'm going to double check, make sure I didn't miss something. I mean, I was pretty tired. I was, every day that I worked on it, I worked a 13-hour shift and came to the house and had to work on that. And a lot of days I was only getting a couple hours of sleep to go back to the next day. So I'm going to double check over my work, a few things that I got to do for that, and then get these moved out. And then if I have enough time, I might go ahead and change the oil on that car right there. Maybe start tinkering with that one. I've got some pulleys to change on that, and start messing with the interior, because I'd like to get that interior swapped into my other car. So that's basically what I bought that car for. It's for the interior. It's got a pretty rare interior that is crazy hard to find on the 4-doors that I've been wanting for my car forever. So anyways, we're going to get started on this. Wish me luck, because things never seem to go the way they're supposed to. So peace out. And there it is. We are done. As if it never happened, right? Shit, we all know that better than that, right? But anyways, so she's loaded up. Tomorrow I will take her down to get that thing aligned. I found some loose bolts in the front as well. This is why it's important to do your nut and bolt check, y'all. My lower control arm bolt was actually loose, so the lower control arm was actually moving side to side. But she's a little rough, but she usually slides pretty good. So like I said, tomorrow we'll get up with my buddy Seth down there at Firestone. We'll get this thing aligned, and then head off to work on Wednesday. And then the weekend I come back is the weekend of the event. So not too bad. This whole corner here was smushed in. This tail light was pushed out. I mean, obviously you can see the damage, but overall, not terrible. Like I said, I fixed the damage on this side. Unfortunately, that right there, I can't fix until I repaint it. Thanks, Joe Boosum. That's what from him. Trying to drive up the side of my car during comp. That's why we know who won. But anyways, we're gonna get started on the BMW. It's already been a long day. I think it's already like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What time is it? Yep, 3:09. So I'm beat. Anyways, we got too much to do. So there she is. She ready to party. Well, almost ready to party. Oil's changed. Battery box is fixed. Can't think of really anything else I got to do right at the moment, other than just get alignment. She'll be ready to rip. Peace out. fuck was my crash bar? I said, what? Why didn't my crash bar do shit? I literally went under your car thing. The crash bar didn't even fucking move.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. I was trying to fucking touch you. I was all over you in that stupid.
To be fair, I told her, I was like, I did slow down, but it was because there was dirt on the track.
No, you're fine. I was trying to get your door. And
what the fuck did you do?
Well, you know.
What the fuck?
I'm kind of mad the crash bar didn't do shit though. Like, what the fuck? That's what the crash bar's for. Bumper still fine, crash bar didn't even fucking move. My whole freaking shit's broken.
Where'd you get?
Somewhere in this. What's up, guys? So we didn't really do a whole lot of vlogging on this weekend, because this weekend was all about just having fun. But I'll tell you what, this weekend at MB Drift, it was carnage weekend. It was a lot of fun, but man, we pushed the limits of the cars, and we, to say the least, we didn't come out clean. So once again, I decided to try to drive under Andy, or drive through Andy. Last lap of the day, I decided I'm gonna try to run him, catch him. I was glued to his door for part of it, and he had to scrub all of his speed because of a dirt spot that was out in the field, and I didn't realize the dirt spot was there because I was in the back, and I thought he was gonna clutch kick, so I clutch kicked. He didn't clutch kick, and that's what came of it. Busted headlight, messed up radiator support. Basically, my crash bar went up underneath his crash bar. Fortunately, the car is still drivable. However, I did also have an event where I bent a tie rod. As you see, my back bumper is not on the car. From my understanding, there was 2 cars that were totaled this weekend, so it's been a rough weekend. I decided to give little Wes over there a little kissy kiss on his back wheel. Wasn't bad. Fortunately, somebody decided to go the wrong direction at the course with us, and we had to kind of suddenly stop, and unexpectedly. So anyways, car's still running. Found out that I do not like to run a sway bar less front end. I like to have the sway bar, so I pulled the sway bar off the car. Figured it was a fun weekend. I've been talking about doing it for a while. All right, let's test it out. Pulled it off. Car felt wild. It felt just untamable. Immediately wanted to go to lock, and the thing had so much angle at lock that it was crab walking, causing the car to mess up the line. So today I finally said, after about 3 spin outs, which is uncommon to me, I said screw this, slapped the sway bar back on, found the bent tower rod. He's trying to work out. That's Wes, by the way, if y'all don't know. So anyways, found that bent tie rod, changed the tie rod out, put the sway bar back on, car back to normal. So I am a guy that likes a front sway bar. I don't have a rear sway bar, but I have a front sway bar, and the car felt amazing afterwards. So I felt real confident going in with chasing Andy, thinking, all right, this is gonna be a good run. Unfortunately, last lap, because I was telling myself, all right, we're not doing any more because I gotta pee, and very last transition for the last sweeper, I didn't realize there was dirt on the track, and so I drove faster than him, unfortunately. So anyways, this is the last season of the year, or last event of the season for the year, for me anyways. I'm not going to any more events. I think Andy's going to a few more. Daniel's probably going to a few more. I'm not doing anything else for this season, at least not anything planned at the moment. First, I got to get this car straightened out and get it fixed. So anyways, it was a good time. Thanks for following us. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Hang out with us. Watch our trials and tribulations, you know, especially mine, because I like to crash apparently. So maybe they need to change my name from Boomer to Crash Bandicoot or something. I don't know. Anyways, y'all, peace out. Thanks for following us. We'll see you next time.